Welcome everyone. It's time for some technical analysis with me, Red. I'm gonna go over Bitcoin first on the 4 hour. So over here on the 4 hour, we have Bitcoin at the very top over here, hitting the 0.5 on the fib line, forming this little pennant over here, ended up breaking down, caught some support at the bottom of this channel when it broke back into the channel. It had support up here, right above the channel, ended up breaking down. We didn't get any support from the median line. After we hit the bottom, we ended up bouncing up to the median line, caught a little bit of resistance here, and then started going down. And I noticed that as we were going down, it looked like we were getting some bullish divergence. Price was going down, our MACD histogram oscillator was going up. Led me to believe that there was still some good momentum coming in for some buying side action. We ended up getting just that. We fell a little bit and then ended up jumping to the very top of this channel. So Bitcoin is currently retesting the top of this channel. It hit the 0.5 fib line again. Now I want to see if we can actually go over and stay above the 0.5. That would be very bullish for Bitcoin. But overall, keep in mind that we're still in this major, huge bear trend. So we rose all the way to 7,400, then we ended up dropping down to making a low of 6,100. Okay, this could very well just be a huge bear flag forming, and we could be setting up for lower prices. So we need to hit certain certain prices so we can be considered going bullish. A good start would be hitting 7,000 and staying over here above 7,000. This is my bullish target, but like I said, we are hitting the very top of the channel. Take a look at our MACD. We basically want to hit this area over here and then consolidate for a while. So maybe go down a little bit, but not, drastically, not these huge dumps that we've been having. Not really huge, but a lot of sell side coming in. Right now our volume is pretty decent, definitely better than the weekend. However, we didn't get any huge candles the way we had over here before. This one very big candle, and then this one over here, we've had a huge sell side candle. Looking at the MACD, it looks like we have we're setting up to hit our final trend from way down here, which was pretty much where we fell. It looks like we're actually gonna go through it, even though we're curving a little bit right now. We are getting a bullish crossover over the zero line. That's a very bullish sign. That's good. We are getting increased momentum on the 4 hour. Doesn't look like it's slowing down just yet, and we have yet to make a new high on our on our RSI. Every rally that we've had, we ended up making a high, a higher low, great. Then we made a higher high on our RSI, and then we made a higher low. That's what we want to see. That's good. Now we want to make a higher high than our previous RSI level. Now, if we were to rise and our RSI were to fall below this point over here, let's pull that up. If it were to, here, let me draw a line. This is a point that we want to go over if we want to, for some evidence that we may continue this bull trend that we're in. We want to go over that 73.94. If we were to rise, fall below it, and our actual price action were to rise even higher, were to close higher than our previous high, then that would show some bearish divergence. That is signs that there's weakness in our trend. Doesn't necessarily mean that we're not going to make our target. It just means that we're starting to show weakness. Okay? And then we'd have to revisit this and look at it in a different way. Let's see. We close that. So there's a lot of lines over here. Let's clear out some of that and just look at the most basic chart patterns that we're in right now. So Bitcoin currently in an ascending broadening wedge. It means that we're making higher highs and higher lows, but we haven't broken out of the wedge. Okay, over here you can see on our MACD histogram that even though we've been making, our momentum has been growing to the downside. This is MACD momentum. It's been growing. We haven't been making lower lows. This shows hidden bullish divergence. We've actually been making higher highs every time we rise, except for the latest one. We have yet to confirm if this is going to be a higher high. If price action were to go over our previous high and our MACD doesn't keep up, then that would also show signs of bearish divergence, signs that our trend is weakening. We could very well hit the very top of this wedge and then drop, and the very top of this wedge just so happens to be near 7,000, near my target. We're gonna have to wait and see if that happens. Like I said, we are nearing the end of this trend. Let me draw some trend lines. What's up, Spectre? Okay, so let's draw some trend lines. We did make a lower low on our MACD, which is not a good sign. But like I said, we are in the middle of some hidden bullish divergence. This jump could have been because of our hidden bullish divergence, but we're gonna have to wait to confirm. See if our MACD indicator can go higher than our previous high. Keep the trend moving. Let's see. I think that's pretty much it for that. Let's move on to the hourly for Bitcoin. Okay, so we were in this ascending channel. So we were in this ascending channel. We broke out of it. We're pretty much where we were before we had that big drop, except now we have a bull pole forming a bull flag. Our momentum is looking good. We made a higher high. That's always good. Here's a good indicator that I saw. We made a low on our MACD histogram, and then we made a higher low, and we ended up double bottoming right here. And this was signs that our momentum to the downside was also slowing down. Ended up going back up, making more positive momentum, and then we broke out. Okay. Now let me pull that up real quick. This is more or less what we can expect from if we want to consolidate up here. To maybe make higher prices. See if we can spot any bearish divergence. So we haven't made a new high yet, but our momentum is slowing down. We could very well, like I said, continue to rise and still be bearish. Let's check our MACD. Ascending triangle. Oh. Get to it. here, I'm gonna let me finish up with this actually. So on our MACD, it looked like we were gonna cross to the downside. It looked like we were gonna have a bearish crossover. We did not get that. That was right around this area. Let me see, right here, it showed momentum was slowing, ended up curving up, having a bullish crossover, and then surging in price after that. We have our trends. Take a look at our trends. Look right here, we caught support, went up a little bit, broke down. Okay, that's where I made the trend line, right here. And then I made another trend on our double bottom for our Bitcoin trend. So this confirmed with price action that we double bottom, and this showed that our momentum was slowing, that we could potentially get some more upside. So once we rose, we tested our trend line support, and then ended up jumping after that. That's good. Those were your signs on if we were going to make higher prices or not. Volume also obviously played a pretty big role in that. Volume looked much better than all of this. We got higher highs in volume and more consistent buy side volume as well. Okay, and that's pretty much it for Bitcoin. I'm gonna skip Ethereum for now and move on to XRP since it's been getting a lot of attention lately. Let me just see if there's anything worth noting. Maybe this. Okay, let's leave that there for now. Let's get to XRP. Alright, where do we leave XRP before? Alright, so XRP has been unable to break this 0.5 on our fib line. We had a bit of an ascending triangle, not triangle, ascending wedge, broke out of it, broke down, had this, what's it called, had this little channel going on, it broke out of the channel. Let's get rid of that. Let me expand this. So let's get this out. Looks like we have an ascending triangle that Spectre pointed out to me. Here we go. No, that's not how you do it. I guess. Okay. So we keep hitting the same high while we're making higher lows. Our volume does seem to be fading out a little, growing a little bit from what it was over here. We still want to see more volume from that. We have some bearish divergence here. We have a high, and then we made a lower high on our MACD, but in actual price action, we made a higher high, hitting the top of this wedge, then ended up breaking down. This was your sign that we were gonna fall. Okay, so we broke down. Momentum and price action seems to be matching each other. Take a look at the 4 hour. Wait, actually before that, let me look at the trends. Yeah, it looks a lot cleaner right there. Okay, this, it's right here, perfect. Okay, so it looks like we've already broken out of this trend. That's not very good. That's not what we want to see. We want to see this continuing to bounce off the trend until we have a big spike up with some volume. Let's take a look at Spectre's chart. Okay, this looks pretty good. So we are consistently bouncing off the same support on our RSI. RSI might be a little more reliable in this case. Dropping below this support would be very bad for this ascending triangle. So we want to maintain the support. This trend is actually coming from our lowest low on our MACD. Check the 4 hour. Okay, so we're not making any new lows in price action, but we are going down on our oscillator. That's not a very good sign. Slightly lower lows on our side. Let me double check that. We do have here, look. We have this lowest low right here, but we got a higher one right after that. So it's more or less in the same spot. We can just keep it like that. We don't want it to go lower than this low right here. That would be bad. Hey man, thanks for joining. Cool. I mean, generally above 50 would be good. Dropping below that 50, it could still like drop a little bit under and then curve right back up, but I mean, it's kind of hard because to me it looks like this is gonna fail. I probably wouldn't do this trade simply because we're so close to the zero line crossing down. Our trend already broke from this low right over here. We're trending down right now. Our MACD is showing negative momentum even though we haven't made any new lows in price action. So those are bad signs for me. Look at the 4 hour. Yes, okay. We're kind of hanging, we're above the zero, so that's good. Let me switch to this one. Let's take a look at Binance volume actually. That would be a lot better. So over here you can see it's making higher lows, but on our MACD histogram we're still showing negative momentum. That's bad. These are cool fib channels that you have going on. We have, okay, so I'll take a look at the 15-minute for you right after, and I'll draw some trends. But yeah, your charts look cool. Okay, let me get rid of this. It's a lot of sideways, not really sideways, but it looks like we're already starting to get rejected here. Couldn't go over for our trend. Let's draw a line for later. Right there. Let's do our overhead resistance trend. Alright, so we still haven't broken out of our overhead resistance trend. Let me get rid of this. keep getting these things for no reason. Okay. I mean, this, I would consider this a double top. If we started falling, we're gonna have to see if we break down. Let's check out the 15-minute chart. Wait, I wanted to see volume. That's right. Go back. Yeah, it is on Binance. Yeah, volume is not very good right now. It's like very, very slightly, minimally increasing. Take the 15 minute. Looks like a kind of like a pennant. Nah, it's descending triangle. Alright, take a look at our trends on the 15-minute. This is our major support on our 15-minute. See where they are. It's bounce. That was lower, and then the next one was higher. So breaking this support, bad. This is pretty much what we're looking at right now. It looks like a descending triangle on our MACD. While we're in this ascending triangle in price action. A double bottom here would be great. If we don't go under this, that would be really good for Ripple. So yeah, volume, like I said, is starting to scale down a little bit. That's pretty much it for Ripple. Just, you know, watch out for this. Chances are it could break down. They're leaning more towards a breakdown than a break up. But I'm not 100% sure. Let's move on to Ethereum. Wait for it to load. Okay, so when Bitcoin went up, Ethereum did as well. Ethereum likes to follow Bitcoin around, except whenever Ethereum goes up, it goes up faster than Bitcoin, and whenever Bitcoin goes down, it falls faster than Bitcoin. So right off the bat, we have our highest high momentum here for our MACD. We went higher in price action, and over here we did not go higher than that. That right there shows bearish divergence. That means that our trend is weakening. I made this ascending triangle looking to see if we can make a higher high, preferably like around the 240, while making a lower high on our histogram. that would be another bearish divergence, something to look out for, and then potentially a big breakdown, probably to the bottom of this ascending Browning wedge. Volume is looking a little bit better, but we got this big spike in buy side volume, and then we have this huge red stick. So over here, our overhead resistance was our previous support. Over here, when we made this ascending triangle, ended up breaking down bearishly, caught support at this on the bottom of this wedge. Right now we are making higher lows and higher highs. 3 counts, 1, 2, 3. Take a look at our trends. Look, this right here means more sell side volume from our previous two. We don't want that. We want less sell side. And then the next one would have to be more green than these two. Alright, so this is our hourly. Look right here, we broke this trend with this red spike in volume. Gonna keep that trend going. Let me draw another trend line. Okay, this is the next our next potential support zone, which matches with our previous resistance. It acted as resistance twice before we broke out of it. It can be potential support. Here's our support line for our RSI. Looks like we're gonna break it. We're starting to curve down, momentum going down as well. So like I said, I mean, we could still go up, but that would still mean that our volume or momentum is dropping for our buy side action, which is not good. Ethereum looks a little more bearish than Bitcoin. Bitcoin isn't really showing any bearish signs yet. It could though, and probably by tomorrow. Take a look at the 4 hour. Okay, so this one looks a little bit neater. Like I said, we are in this ascending Browning wedge. This green line means that we were previously in an ascending wedge, which is a bearish reversal pattern. I just took this off so it could look cleaner, but just so you can see, we have it connecting to all the tops right over here. Ended up breaking down bearishly to the bottom over here, forming this wedge that we're currently in right now. I'm gonna go ahead and take this away so we can see things a little more clearly. No, sorry. We could potentially be forming a head and shoulders pattern on Ethereum. Very early to tell though, but this would, I mean, our right shoulder still hasn't yet been completed. Let me get rid of that. But yeah, there would be the left shoulder, the head, and our right shoulder is pending right now. We are making higher lows just like Bitcoin, and just like Bitcoin, we do have hidden bullish divergence. where we're getting higher momentum spikes to the downside, but we aren't making higher lows. Okay. Let me draw a trend line here for later. It's always good to update these trends. Oops. I can start getting rid of some that don't need to be there anymore. So it looks a little less confusing. Okay. So on our trends, we have this high acted as resistance once and then acted as support when it bounced off over here. We blew through this resistance that was over here. We curved a little bit, but we just ran past it at the 0 line, caught a little bit of resistance, fell, and then we ended up breaking out. We broke out with Bitcoin, that's probably why that's there. It looks like we're also gonna have a bullish crossover right here. Momentum does look good for now, but like I said, on the hourly there is a bit of bearish divergence, so we could very well maybe slightly curve right above it and then start curving downward. This one does look a little bit more riskier than Bitcoin. Okay, we have good volume coming in after our surge. Our next volume candle was actually higher than our surge. Gonna have to wait and see what this one turns out to be. Alright, let me get rid of this. I think that's it for Litecoin. I'm gonna look at Litecoin from the daily because I haven't done that in a while. Momentum is starting to slow down for Ethereum. Let me get that back. Okay. Get rid of the volume for now. Look at the trends. Yeah, yes, I meant that is a very strong possibility that we can hit 6,900. Bitcoin has yet to show any serious signs of weakness, but you know that doesn't mean that it can't happen. Volume is indeed still pretty bad. That's very true. Okay, let me pull that out. Okay, so what is all this? Let me get rid of this. Oops. No, that's not bad. Generally, when Bitcoin goes up, it's definitely better to be more bullish on altcoins because altcoins will rise faster and stronger than Bitcoin can. Like a 3% increase for Bitcoin can mean like a 7 to 8% increase to altcoins. You just get better returns out of it. No, we've already looked at that. Okay, do some trends here. Here's our major trend. We have some resistance right here. We don't have any overhead resistance yet for our trend. We're gonna have to wait and see for that one. I drew these lines to see if maybe in the future we can see something, but if Ethereum were to drop hard, we will most likely test this red line for some support, which would be a very, very bad drop gonna see if we can break out of this. It's been overhead resistance since it was $300. Pretty much still in the same channel that we've been in for months now. Yeah, right now Ethereum does look a little weaker because, well, I did show the slight bearish divergence. I think we'll get more though before it actually starts to get weaker. Let me see. For Ethereum, you know, we are getting more momentum, more buy-side momentum here, but we're not making any higher highs. As a matter of fact, we're showing less sell-side momentum here than we did over here, but this was mega bearish. Okay. We want to see higher highs when we get more momentum, which we did not get for Ethereum on the daily. Let's take a look at this TD sequential. Alright, we just started a new countdown. A new count. Wow, nothing serious. This until, you know, from this we didn't really have any major trends going on except this one. We barely made it to a 9 on this one. Huge spike in volume. Went up, made it to a 4. We just keep flipping here. So Ethereum doesn't really know where it wants to go yet. It's just following Bitcoin right now. That's the only reason why it is where it is right now. It's not in anything serious yet. Let me take that off. So yeah, I don't know how Ethereum looks better than Bitcoin to you. Alright, let's take a look at Litecoin for my #1 follower. Spectre is going to keep us updated on XRP. Yeah, it looks like it's starting to break down. It's going to test this previous support. It could become resistant and then just start dropping down a little bit. Thank you for keeping us updated. Now shorting. Very nice. Okay. I hope it works out for you, man. Alright, so like I said, back to Litecoin. So Litecoin, okay, I'd say Litecoin is doing better than Bitcoin and Ethereum. It's been following this channel so perfectly. Look, it hit the top of this channel so perfectly and then started dropping down. You really can't ask for anything better than this. If you have this channel, like, this is such a good channel to follow right now. Did we make a higher high? Yes, we did. We made a higher high. We're consistently making higher highs on our MACD histogram. That's fantastic. Very, very nice for Litecoin. Very impressed with it. So let's see. Gonna see if maybe we can. We're probably gonna retest our median line. All depend on what Bitcoin does. If Bitcoin starts going up, we could break out of this channel bullishly. So yes, Litecoin is also in the same boat with this hidden bullish divergence. Consistently making, let me say that one. Yes, lower lows on our MACD histogram, but higher lows on our actual price action. We're making higher highs. Can't ask for anything better. salam. Let me just get through Litecoin first. Now, if you did want to enter Litecoin, this would be the worst spot to enter, because like, you know, before, every time we hit the top of this channel, we do have some sort of pullback, a minor pullback, and then a major pullback over here, a minor pullback, and then a major pullback. So if this continues, we'll probably get a major pullback again, probably making higher lows again. We're gonna have to check for that, or we can just go sideways and then make another higher high. But for now, Litecoin doing fantastic. Let me get to the 4 hour. Right here, it looks like we actually have so on the RSI, what is this? So we have a high there, we have a higher high in price action, and then we have a high here and a lower high in price action, showing signs of bearish divergence. It looks like I would consider this a double top. It barely went over. It still didn't get past our previous high over here. So this right here is not good. We'll most likely get a pretty big pullback for Litecoin. Bear flag on Litecoin. I mean, yes. This would be the bear pull, bear flag, but let me see. Looks like we're starting to get rejected at the 0.786. We're already past our common retrace points. This acted as resistance, fell down, caught support at our 382, then we rose back up, went over our previous high. I mean, Litecoin right now is definitely more bullish. Yeah, if it stays above, yeah, pretty much. I mean, I would say if it still continues this channel, it would still be pretty bullish, but yeah, it is part of a major bull flag. It really just depends on what Bitcoin does. If Bitcoin falls again, then maybe Litecoin won't get as much of a pullback, but if Bitcoin does go up, then Litecoin will definitely get a huge surge. So we'll have to wait and see what Bitcoin does. But it's just, I just can't get over how perfectly it's following this channel. It's great. This is what you want. Let me get rid of this. Okay, so like I said, momentum starting to show weakness as we're making higher highs. Obviously not very good. We made I would say this is more of a significant higher high, obviously the one before it. We went slightly above it, but I would still consider that a double top for Litecoin, because like I said, with higher price action, we want higher highs on our indicators. Let me look at some MACD trends. We just looks like a bunch of lines. Okay, look over here. We got our bullish crossover. Fantastic. See if we can make a higher high on our MACD indicator. It's pretty unlikely that we will though, because we already hit the top of this channel pretty hard. Let me see this. Okay. So take a look at our trends. Caught support, we broke out of this whatever resistance that we had. It was like very slight resistance for a second. Right over here is this red candle. Went past it. Made another. Okay, this was our overhead resistance that we had. That's what these two lines are for. We made a higher high, which matches with price action. That's good. That's what we want. Can't draw any trends right now because we haven't. We don't have any trends. We don't have any other highs to combine it with. Take a look at the hourly. Alright, so as soon as I'm done with this, I will head over to XLM for you. I'll put on different music. Okay. Yep, this is pretty much what you want. So over here we were showing some bearish divergence, ended up making a higher high though. I mean, we did get a little bit of a pullback. We did make a lower low than these lows over here, so I guess that would be your, from this bearish divergence, ended up making a massive high over here. Yeah, I'm gonna look at it right after this. I'm almost done with Litecoin. Okay, so it looked like we were in this channel for Litecoin. Okay, we can probably get rid of this. This isn't acting as anything anymore. No trends to draw. A bit of a double top here. I mean, Litecoin's pretty high on our, I mean, on the 1 hour at least. 4 hours would probably be more reliable than the 1 hour. Not really much to say except, no, that was a higher high. We just need more data for the 1 hour. Let's move on to XLM. You want the 4 hour? No problem. Head and shoulders pattern, you said? Okay. I mean, let's take a look at this. What do we have going on? What is all this? We could be... be a cup and handle for XLM. We are in this wedge forming over here. We broke out of it a while ago. Broke out of it a few days ago. We had volume, good momentum increasing. Where's volume? Take a look at that. Oh yeah, that's very nice volume. This is what we want. We want volume to gradually increase as we're going up, breaking out of this. Okay, sorry, let me get back to the 4 hour for you. Alright, so is this a head and shoulders? It does look like one. It's kind of like yeah, it could be one. I think we maybe would have had to make what's it called, a bit lower low over here, but it could still be one. Volume looks like it's slowly decreasing. Let me take a look at this real quick. So okay, so we have a low here. We have a little bit more downside momentum here, didn't make a lower low, over here and over here. So hidden bullish divergence for all of this. right here. We didn't make any, our price action did not make a lower low. Let's draw this trend over here. You want in USD pairings? Okay. I mean, it's still there. It does look like a head and shoulders, but the head and shoulders won't really play out until this trend right here is broken. If we fall below this trend, then yeah, it would legitimize the head and shoulders. Let me do it like that, make it thicker. Okay, so this is a trend that we don't want to break. We want to see if we can maybe double bottom right here and then go even higher, because XLM is looking very, very good overall. Our volume is starting to reach these previous levels before we broke out, but we're still getting these big spikes. So we're making higher lows. That's good. Our histogram is showing higher highs, which is exactly what XLM has been getting, except I mean, right now it looks like it could be going up. We're getting slight positive momentum, even though we're going down. We want momentum to go down with price action. So this could be an indicator that we're gonna move up even more. Let me see. But if you're trading this, then your stop loss would pretty much be like right here. Okay, it would be under this major swing low area. Oops, I think it's 3,630 sats. Be lower than that, be like around 3,580 sats. If it was a head and shoulders and fell, well, we can just take a look at the rule. 787 sats. So we can expect a drop to around, hold on a second. This would pretty much be your target. But you know, things are looking pretty good for XLM, so you generally want to follow what the trend is showing, and right now the trend does not look bad. I mean, another bearish thing that I see actually is this double top here, so watch that. Okay, double top could mean that we're gonna start making a lower low, which we don't have yet. We could very well just double bottom here and then start rising up, but just keep an eye out for that. Watch for, you know, trend changes. Let's take a look at our MACD trends. This will give us better answers. Yeah, over here we are breaking. We also got a double top here. It went slightly higher, but I would still consider that a double top. We're starting to break this trend. That's obviously not what we want. This is our overhead resistance now, since it's curving down. So hey, you know, we could get it. We do have this long wick. We want full body candles. We want less wick, more full body candles. So if you want the best risk to reward ratio for XLM, then probably shorting, you know, keep in mind that I'm not a financial advisor, but this I would short once there's a confirmed close. What is this area? Around this area. It's under the trend line, it's under the swing low over here, not really swing low, but it's under the previous low that we have. actually right here would be better, because dropping below this would be even more bearish, and then you can just ride the whole thing to wherever it decides to crash, if it does crash. I'm gonna set this probably right here. Yeah, right there. 35.21, 36. Okay. So there you go. That's your XLM chart. I hope that helped you. What is Bitcoin doing? Bitcoin isn't really doing a whole lot yet. Let me check on my trade. Okay, just watch for this. This is the most bullish thing that I see currently. Oh look, I think we just, let me see. Yeah, we just started going into negative momentum right there. Okay, so this can probably be omitted now. Oh, there you go. I hope that helps you, man. Alright, let's take a look at your trading view. XRP. Oh, okay, that looks, yeah, pretty much what we expected, right? What's your other chart? I'm assuming this is XLM. Yes, it is. Head and shoulders. Trend line. Beautiful. Okay. Yeah, over here the trend is already broken. We didn't even look at RSI. We should look at RSI. Oh, look. Right here. Some bearish divergence. Okay. Sign we're going down. Sign that our trend is weakening. We have a high here, higher high, a high here, lower high. Not showing that on our MACD. We also have a lower low than our previous low over here. Alright, that's, wait, yes, even though it's higher. What are we looking now? Look at 88, right? Keep neglecting it. The other day I missed this. I missed this right here. Was not paying attention to 88 at all. Fantastic shorting opportunity. We had, okay, so we had our high here on the histogram and in price action. Then we got a higher high in price action. And look how big this was. This showed a lot of bearish divergence right there. This would have been a very nice shorting opportunity anywhere. Where is this? Anywhere in this region, basically. In this region would have been great to short. Thank you. I love Dream Theater. Yeah, it could be. Gonna have to wait and see what the king does though. Alright, so back to Cardano. So yeah, we already have our drop. Okay, so we have a low. We have our new low, lower than our previous low. Okay, bearish. Right, we dropped to here. Then we have a lower high, bearish. Okay, so Cardano, bearish to me on the 4 hour. See if we can do a trend for it, not a trend, a channel. Okay, so here's our channel for Cardano. Let me extend this a little bit. Yeah, let's do that. There we go. Great, and yep, looks good. Now we wait and see how this plays out. Oh, it looks like Mitch Ray is streaming. He might have finished actually, or no, I think he just started. Yeah, he starts at 11. Cool. Now, you know, let's just raise this a little bit so it expects immediate a little better. Yep. Yes, he did. But I mean, you're gonna stick with me now, right? Because, you know, I'm okay, right? Let's do some more channels. I'm all right. I wouldn't blame you, but don't leave me. I'm here. That's good. That's good. Don't leave. I got banned. Oh my god. What did you do? Why'd you get banned? Tell me. Were you too bearish? Were you too bearish with him? Is that what happened? It's okay, there's always a spot for you here. Alright, so back to what I was doing. Let me fix this. Okay, so we had a bullish crossover to above the zero line. We didn't really get a huge jump. We still made a lower high. But because of this, we now have the data to show the kind of channel that it is in. It looks like it's already starting to curve. Our trend MACD already curved and looks like it wants to cross. Can you actually get banned from a YouTube stream? Or like, is it for like a daily thing? I don't know, because some guy was banned from Rick's channel and then he was able to come back and nobody unbanned him. Kind of afraid to see what that is. I'll look at it later. Okay. So yeah, just overall Cardano bearish. Yeah, we can move on. Yeah, for real. Agreed. Look at EOS. You know what? I might open a Cardano trade. Give me a sec, guys. Might be a good opportunity. Yeah, that right there. Some bearish divergence on the hourly. Alright, let's start off with that for now. Okay, so this is our Cardano trend. Breaking this very bearish for Cardano on the hourly. Already getting more negative momentum. Kind of looks like it's in a channel actually. Alright, we already made a descending channel. Okay, we don't need to do that. Alright, let's move on. Get back to Bitcoin, right? Oh yeah, that's definitely, yeah, if Bitcoin drops 300 or 400, which it definitely can now, it just hit the top of its channel. Let's take a look at that again. It's okay. We're not getting much on the 4 hour just yet. Not enough time has passed since the jump. Let's look at the 1 hour. Okay. So yes, this looks bearish to me, but like I said, not enough time has passed yet. We want higher highs, not lower highs. Huge spike in volume though. Let's see if they'll let it fall or not. We're at the very top of this channel, getting rejected 3 times. Well, 1, 2, 3, 5 times, something like that. Yep, that's true. 15 more minutes for the next 4 hour candle. Now, what do we want to watch? We want to watch to see if we can catch some support at both of these trend lines. That would be the best case for Bitcoin. I don't want to mess with that. Right, okay, I did make this channel here. It could just be flagging action. We could still rise again. We still have some positive momentum. We could still make a higher high, and then our MACD can confirm some bearish divergence. That's what we want before we want to make any serious moves. We want some sort of confirmation or like a clue that the trend is weakening, right? This isn't enough to go, you know, to be a bear quite yet. Yeah, it can be. Could do both. momentum is weakening. I'm just gonna go ahead and get rid of this for now. Actually, no, I'm gonna go to the actual 15-minute chart. Bird is flying around like crazy. I think I want Bitcoin to make a move already, right? Yeah, it agrees. Alright, so there we have Bitcoin on the 15-minute. Let's get to that 15-minute. Yeah, and look at where I have my previous target. Oops, not there. I mean, pennants are usually trend continuations, so it is likely, like I said, likely that will go up again, just because Bitcoin has already gone up. Larger ascending triangle. So right here, this little yellow line is my target. It was 69.69, as you can see it. That's pretty much where I would expect Bitcoin to go, and we could still be bearish even if we hit this target. It would be at the very, very top of this ascending wedge. That would present for a very good shorting opportunity if factored in all the other bearish conditions that we have. This would give you the best risk to reward odds for a short up here, rather than, you know, shorting right here. That's the way I'm looking at it. Okay, so let's get back to that 15-minute chart. All right, let's see what you're sending us. Bigger one. Uh-oh. Yeah, but look at the volume. It's like slowly declining. You get like one spike, decline, a spike, decline. Oh, look what this was. A little, if anyone wants to see an example of what a cup and handle is, this is a very good example right here. We have price, the cupping of the price, and then we have the little handle right here. And then we have higher highs following it, a cup and handle, and then we ended up, how much did we go up? We went up, let's say 5,000. That's weird. This would be our measured target for that around here, which we did make, and then we actually went a little over. Then we did another cup and handle, but this one failed. Ended up dropping down. More other bearish conditions. Look, we were right here. We started rising in price, but we were getting negative momentum. Ended up falling down. pretty much it. So gonna wait for this. Yeah, to consolidate at 5,000 would be pretty cool. I wonder how, you know, people with a lot of Bitcoin would react to Bitcoin falling to 5,000, you know? That's what I'm wondering. I mean, it's speculation for that kind of you know, target, because there is no real way of knowing. I mean, even for the weekly chart. Let's take a look at the weekly chart. What does the weekly chart tell us? I think that was the daily. Let's go right there. Goodbye. Okay, so Bitcoin on the weekly. Let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of you. Okay. I mean, it's so, it's showing like positive momentum, but over here it's already, you know, I mean, too soon to tell if it's weakening, but it's probably weakening. Yeah, I mean, yeah, pretty much. I mean, generally, if you ask anyone on the street what they think of Bitcoin, they'll tell you it's dead. But, I mean, they just don't know, you know. This doesn't look dead to me. Alright, so let me take a look at our MACD. So our MACD, we did not get this cross down that we wanted. A bullish cross under the zero isn't as significant as a bullish cross over the zero. That's why we had these weak rallies when we had these crossovers. I was really expecting Bitcoin to have a crossover to the downside under the zero line. That would have that probably would have driven the price down a lot. That's what I was expecting. Didn't happen yet. Gonna wait and see. Let me pull up the right moving averages for this. So we have the 50 and the 30, the 50 being the red, I think, yeah, and the 30 being the green. You know, like we caught support, got rejected at the 50, then we caught resistance at the 30, dropped below it, curved back upward, got more resistance at the 30 and just dropped. I'm sorry, that's not the 30, that's the 50, sorry, the 50. That's what I meant. So we got rejected by both of them right here. Dropping. We want to, at the start of a bull market, we definitely want to go over this 30. Going over this 30 would obviously be a bullish signal, which we have not gotten yet, obviously. Yeah, you'll remind me every day that it's dead. Alright guys, I am getting very hungry. Is there anything else you want me to look at? Do you have any position on Bitcoin? Yes, actually I do. Very small positions because I already got rid of most of my trades that I had. Hey, you know what? Let's just show it here. I had a bigger position for Bitcoin, but I sold most of it. I'm expecting it to maybe go down from here. My stop loss is at 66.50 for Bitcoin. Ethereum, I'm starting a position in Ethereum, but I think it can still go up. I'm starting a position in Cardano, but it could still go up. I'll start streaming it when I get more used to Streamlabs OBS. As soon as I have that down packed, then I'll be able to keep my charts and my positions open for everyone to see later, so we can all get 10 Bitcoin together. That's what we want, right? Cool. Alright, so like I said, anything else before I go eat pizza? Just let me know. Write it down. Have time for maybe one or two more. Maybe two. Yeah. I need 120. Yeah. Later, Spectre, thank you for hanging out with me. Thank you for continuing to bash Bitcoin and doing a service for all of us. Alright, well, if that's it for you guys, then I'm gonna get off. Thank you so much for joining me for my TA, XRP of course. I really do appreciate it, guys. You guys are awesome for sticking around even while Mitch Ray, yeah, that's his name, Mitch Ray streaming. So let's go catch him now before he finishes his stream. Alright, later guys, thank you.